Hey there everyone, it's Nina. Thanks for joining me today for the reveal of our Picket Fence STAMPtember 2022 exclusive. This collaboration set is called Trimming the Tree and it is absolutely adorable. There are some cute reindeer and little elves that are perfect for creating some really fun holiday cards. So I'm going to use the stamp set today. There are coordinating dies. I don't have them, so I'm going to fussy cut my images when we go to create our card. I'm going to start first by creating a mask for a snowy hill. I'm just going to take some masking paper and just free cut it into a little slope. Nothing fancy, I just want to make sure that I have something that resembles a snowy hillside. I'm going to line this up on top of my Simon Says Stamp 120-pound white cardstock and set the mask down so that way I can start stamping my trees. I'm pulling in this forest scenery stamp set from Simon Says Stamp that has some great trees in it. These are perfect evergreens for the winter, and I thought this would be a fun backdrop for my Picket Fence STAMPtember collaboration set. I'm using some Simon Says Pawsitively saturated inks in Aspen, Sage, and Pine. These three colors are a trio in our Pawsitively saturated ink collection, and they work perfectly together to create not just layers, but also you can use those three colors together to get a light, medium, and dark shade, which is what I'm doing here. So I'm going to get a nice background of these trees all together on this paper, and the colors all work together seamlessly. So now that I've stamped all my trees, I'm going to pull in another trio of Pawsitively saturated inks, and this one is Morning, Twilight, and Galaxy. I'm going to start first with Morning, and I'm going to start blending a little bit of that beautiful color down into the trees. Then I'll slowly work on darkening that with the other two colors to create a really nice, rich, deep night sky. I'm going to remove the mask that was masking off the snowy hillside, and now take the negative portion of that mask and put it over top of the trees so that way I can start ink blending some shading on the snow. I don't want to go too heavy with the shading because I want this to still be white, so I'm just using some marine ink from our Pawsitively saturated ink collection and just adding a little blue shadow along the top. I'm going to pull in this large falling snow stencil and Picket Fence Studios Paper Glaze Luxe. This is a gorgeous paste that has a glitter in it. This color is Arctic Fox and it's perfect for snow and other frosty elements. I really love how creamy this is, and then when it dries, it's going to have a beautiful shimmer to it. Subtle, but adds a really nice finishing touch to your paste. So while that's drying, we're going to stamp and color the image that I've chosen from the Trimming the Tree stamp set. I'm using this reindeer that has a little elf riding on its back, and I'm going to use Copic markers to color this image in. If you don't want to use Copics, feel free to use whatever coloring medium you prefer. This would look great watercolored or colored with colored pencils. It's totally your choice. If you are interested in the Copic colors I used, I do have them linked below in the video description, along with the Picket Fence STAMPtember collaboration set and all the other products that I am using today. Now, because this is a reindeer, I always love coloring reindeers to look like Rudolph, so I added a red nose to him. And then I pulled in a few colors. Red, of course, because we want to have a Christmassy feel here. So I used red and green for the elf's outfit. And I used that blue color for her scarf to tie in the blue that we did for the shading on the snow. Now I'm going to pull in my background. It's completely dry. And I'm going to bring in one of our Simon Says Stamp Slide and Glide slider dies. This is a fun, slopey one that would look really cool for different types of characters, especially this deer, to make him look like he's flying through the scene. I'm going to hold the die in place with some of our very, very low tack tape. This tape is extremely gentle, so it won't harm my paper with all that beautiful paste and stamping. So I can easily die cut this, hold the die in place, and then just carefully peel it off. To work our slider, I'm going to use these gliders. These are a fun little mechanism that you can purchase. We have them at Simon Says Stamp, and there are both rotating and simple sliders too. So I really like using these for my slider cards because it makes it so easy. You just slip it into the track, and then your little element can slide back and forth across it. How fun is that? Alright, so now I'm going to pull in a sentiment from the stamp set and stamp this with embossing ink onto Simon Says Stamp Lipstick Red cardstock. I'll use white embossing powder on top. That'll give me a really nice bright white greeting on top of this cardstock, and it'll stand out really well amongst all of our beautiful trees and snow. I'll use my heat tool to set that and then fussy cut the image out with my fine tip scissors. These are Simon Says Stamp fine tip scissors. I'll put a couple little 3D foam squares. These are the thin 3D foam squares on the back of the greeting so it doesn't get two-dimensional and it won't impact my slider element. This is just giving it a tiny bit of lift off the card. My card base is made from some patterned paper. I just covered an A2 size card with some candy striped paper, and then I'm going to put my scene on top. I added this down with foam tape so that way the slider mechanism can easily slide back and forth across the card and not get impacted by the paper behind. I'm going to go ahead and cover the ornament and also Rudolph's nose with some Nouveau drops, but you could also use glossy accents if you prefer. And that's going to complete my card. How fun is this cute little slider that goes back and forth with the reindeer? I just love how this turned out. It's so cool. This set is fantastic. And don't forget, it's a limited edition set and only available while supplies last. So if you love this Picket Fence STAMPtember 2022 Trim the Tree STAMPtember exclusive, be sure to grab it while supplies last. Links are below in the video description as well as on our blog, so don't forget to check those out. And thank you so much for watching. I'll see you soon with more inspiration.
I'm Heidi, Simon's mama and founder at simonsaysstamp.com. Thank you so much for watching our video. If you like what you just saw, be sure to press the thumbs up and subscribe to see more great content.